Hello, welcome back to a very special episode of the Force Commander's Guide to Purging Nurgle. I am Jade Starr, joined as always by my favorite friend and proximity-based curse on the nearest NFL team, Alish.
I mean, I didn't curse the Titans. They did that to themselves.
I don't really follow East Coast teams too much, but man, has it been funny over there. Hey, remember you were talking about, like, don't print circuit board something, Chaos God things? Well, yeah. Evidently, something with the warp drive, Plague God is gaining ingress, something. Remember, like, the last upgrade, it was like, oh, we're up 37.37, the repeating efficiency. Yeah. And Lunette was like, wait a minute, I don't like repeating decimals. I guess there's something to that. I really thought you were being, I don't know, over-exaggerating with the whole, like, don't print a circuit board in the name of a forgotten demon or something, but...
Well, no, that's why they don't do experimentation. Because they can end up, accidentally spelling out the name of, I don't know, Chaos Demon, the Ancient Evil,
Oh, yes, I believe I've heard of those.
Well, let's not forget the John Ringo.
I think that's a Slaneshi demon, actually.
True.
So we flew around the warp storm. There was two ways to get to this mission, and thankfully we were fast enough to go the safe way. So we got here just in time. Shift out some injured knights, bring in some healthy knights. Bringing in Santor again, because last time we got the Storm Bolter he's probably going to use for the rest of the time, the Apostate's Woe. It's very funny. It's very silly. We'll talk about it.
Data indicates the Sons of the Putrid Eye use these roads as a base of operation.
Another foul cult of Nurgle. There is little doubt we will find more of these seeds below. Brothers, advance.
One of the other things, remember when we leveled up Santor, that I went out of the way to go pick up, was it a rosary thingy for 2 armor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So remember last time you're like, oh, he's got 6 armor, just run him through that Overwatch or whatever, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm on board with that. We can do better. He has 11 armor now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't take any actual armor break. That is the annoying thing about doing that.
True.
You can't really replenish it. Yes, this is why the thread has been... I forget which assassin it is, but the one that gets more armor when they have other people spending willpower.
Yeah, Calexis.
Yo, come on.
Yeah. That can't armor break it. It comes back every turn.
Right.
Your command?
There are not that many things that armor break, though. I mean, occasionally you get the Bloomometer giving people armor break. Or was it armor pierce? Whatever. You got the Lord of Virulence who has armor pierce, but that's not break, but it's still bad. I think the Flesh Mower has armor break, and the Meltamarine are really the only 2 common sources of armor break.
I think there are more sources in the DLC to account for the fact that you have a Dreadnought.
Oh, yeah, fair. If there are Dreadnought DLC exclusive enemies, well, obviously I haven't seen them. I didn't buy the DLC because it didn't review well for me. But with the Chaplain with 11 armor, it's very silly very quickly. You can just run him through fire. Like Overwatch, support fire, suppression. All those other things just don't really matter. And
What is your will?
remember Templars in XCOM 2?
As you command.
Sure.
I need to think of it a little bit more like that. If anybody didn't play XCOM 2 or needs a little refresher on what I'm referencing is that after, I think, like a skill up or 2, Templars could run up, melee somebody, and then hit a parry button, which just said,
"Watch over me.
I'm not taking the next
Here's
attack.
a good spot."
And when there was less than like 9 enemies out there, what it meant was that you could usually run your Templar in, kill somebody with that melee attack, and then just leave them exposed with that ability to soak 1 hit, because the first thing doesn't work on them. And when you have 11 armor,
Taking position.
it kind of becomes worth just leaving that heavily armored person out in the open, so the AI goes, well, I could shoot at him, but they're all in cover. What about this guy that's exposed? Let's shoot him.
Easy shot.
Yeah, we'll take, well, because, the damage is, there's no hit chance, but...
No, but it's not reduced by cover.
Yeah, right, yeah. Distance still applies.
I mean, it would if
if it was far away.
away.
Right. But yeah, the AI goes, well, this guy isn't in cover, so he's going to take more damage per shot. Let's prioritize him, which is great because I'd much rather than shoot at the guy that's going to take 3 or 4 damage a shot and have 11 armor to soak it versus the guy that's going to only take like 1 or 2 damage a shot but have 0 armor to soak it. So I'm really familiar with doing that with a Templar and XCOM
Moving
2.
out.
I am less not familiar. What's the term? It's less ingrained into me to do it here with
Less
Santor.
practice.
Yeah, like I'm not really going to ever leave him out of cover intentionally, and I may, but it's not something that is nearly as such a passive instinct.
Trick is, of course, is that he still has to actually like be useful.
Yeah. Oh, and he is. The Apostate's Woe is going to make him very, very hilariously useful. If I remember right, because he's got Iron on Biomancy, we definitely have Biomancy Apothecary with us. Which, remember what that means, folks.
No Seed Snatcher.
Yes, no Seed Skull. So, we need to crit hit those guys, because they've got delicious red seeds. Do you remember that precision hits, even on ranged weapons, somehow harvest seeds?
Well, yeah.
Well, the Apostate's
Got
Woe...
precision targeting.
Yeah, the Apostate's Woe gives us precision targeting on crits. We can shoot the seeds out of them. I am going to, I think, find an interesting interaction with that mechanic for the first time or two. It's been a little while because, you know, holidays happen between playing this and recording commentary. So it's not as fresh in my memory as it needs to be. But there we go, like a 75% regular shot, didn't use Cybolt, didn't use any willpower or any ability. Gunner's arm, just straight off. So I didn't get it this time.
Get out of there!
And am I gonna wave the flag at him? If I remember right though, so if you crit on a melee that kills, you get the seed. I am not sure you get that consideration on range. So while I can precision shot them to harvest seeds, I think they need to survive the shot to actually collect the seeds.
That would be interesting, because in melee, you always have precision targeting guaranteed. So if you're going to kill them anyways, I think it does you the, I guess, the solid of, like, saying, of course you're going to take the seeds, but you're not going to take any of these other things.
Right.
They're going to die regardless. It should do the same thing with ranged, but I guess apparently it doesn't.
Bit of an oversight, maybe because precision targeting, especially before the Vindicator was around, was a very rare thing. It was an asteroid, and that's it. Like I said, it's been some holidays and some craziness since I actually played this out, so I don't remember it exactly, but I'm pretty sure Santor's going to run into something like that. So we'll keep our eyes open on these two guys, for example.
Overwatch. Eat this!
Oh no.
Yeah, right.
Barely a scratch. Yes, Commander.
I mean, normally this could actually be kind of a situation. 2 of my people are pinned down by suppression, 1's pinned down by Overwatch. I don't have an interceptor or any sort of teleporty thing to really deal with that.
Your orders.
I mean, arguably, that's how you got in this situation. Not having an interceptor.
I usually don't teleport in on the first turn they activate, because it's usually a little bit far and it could lead them to getting isolated.
Well, right. But then your interceptor would teleport in and solve all of your problem. On this turn.
Yeah, on this turn. But having him wouldn't have prevented this setup of 3 people being made down.
No. I mean, it only seems bad because you don't have an interceptor to solve it in your normal way.
Right.
At your service.
Right.
Your orders. I am here to serve.
This is my favorite way to solve the problem.
It's very good. I did
Strong we shall
sort of explode that crate on him. lost 3 health.
It was a very efficient way to solve the problem.
Oh, yeah.
3 health is... You're not going to take a critical injury out of it.
No. I was trying to avoid, exploding myself.
Now,
but
you did kind of move them
I am with you.
out of shooting range.
Yeah.
Yes, Commander. Enemy down.
On the other hand, Kane can easily solve this himself.
Yes. Also, this isn't a particularly dangerous mission. This is, eliminate seed carriers, the lowest danger of the missions usually. And it's not a map that's like a box, and I have to worry about getting the last seed and then having like all the spare patrols in the map collapse on me at once, plus reinforcements. This is a very linear path we're gonna have to take this map. So the danger is pretty low here. So I felt very safe screwing around and trying things out on this map. I was trying to fish for the melee crit, didn't get it. So here, I'm going
Give
to...
the Cybolt guaranteed crit.
No match.
Doesn't give you the
Emperor's chosen.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I remembered. I'm gonna... If I try to Cybolt him again, I'm pretty sure the bolter just does enough damage to kill him. So I'm not gonna get the seeds, which is annoying. Because I'm hitting him with a precision targeting crit. I should get those leads.
See, I thought where you were going to go with that is that you were just going to take advantage of the fact that they were behind cover and shoot them from behind cover at possible medium range.
We slay the
Yeah, could've.
darkness.
I
Firing
wasn't really
on
expecting you to
target.
get
Well, I wasn't expecting to not get the seed on a critical shot with precision targeting.
Will bleed. It bleeds. It bleeds.
My blade is ever ready. Purge.
So again, I think I was looking
Ammunition
for
depleted.
the
Trying to
crit
fish
without
for that
spending the
crit.
Cybolt, without using the Cybolt, yeah. And,
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
But now if you spend the Cybolt, it kills him.
Here.
Yeah.
I am here to
So
serve.
an interesting
Yes,
little
sir.
mechanic that I hadn't thought about or seen the interaction.
I
of.
would not have
service.
expected this interaction to work this way.
Right.
Your command.
Oh no, the Cybolt just increased the crit. Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
I've claimed a seed.
So I suppose if I really want to get a seed out of something low health, I just need to find a place where a bolter hit will do minimal damage, like behind cover at long range and only deal like 1 damage, but precision target.
Advancing.
What?
Drawn by my clanger.
I don't remember seeing the pod there.
Yeah. Neither did
That
I.
is a hell of an angle.
Yeah. This is really bad. I've spent a lot of my AP of this turn. People are out of position or in the open.
Out of position, but they're also kind of far away.
Yeah, they can move 10 and shoot. And Clanger can do the bell AoE.
Moving now. Follow me, brothers. Hush now.
That's just a plasma pistol shot. Maybe a plasma gun shot.
They will
No, pistol.
That does not look like where he sprayed.
secure position.
I mean, like, yeah, it was a bad activation. It could have been worse.
Ugh, that crack grenade.
Advance with impurity.
Yeah.
Your command.
Rip having armor.
They're now good as new. Gratitude. At once. I sir.
Man, they look pretty well lined up,
Empty.
Yeah.
but a little far away.
What are you thinking?
It just,
Your orders. Yes,
if you were
Commander.
closer, you could
Yes, Commander.
use the cone
Oh, the silencer cone.
scatter shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Armed and ready.
It's like you know.
I mean, there's a cluster of 4 dudes over there. It seems sensible to see like do I have any options that can AoE them down.
Right, yeah.
Boomseed excised.
Sometimes it feels bad replacing, like, even the standard grenades from your pockets for things like the shards or the scrolls.
I don't think that you necessarily overvalue them, but I do think that there is a utility to be had for pretty much everything that
Yeah.
you know can knock away, or like crack grenades would be pretty sweet right here. It's a lot of armor.
Yeah, even a frag, just assuming that the game plays nice and throws them off the ledge like I would intend.
I feel like you could guarantee get one off the ledge. I think getting more than that is dicey.
Yeah.
I am
I was
his
a little bit
will.
iffy about how they fly. If there's one thing that could kind of ruin my day with Santor, it's the melt-a-gun cracking his armor, so that's the first thing to do. I was hoping I'd get a little farther up the stairs or something.
Strike forth, brother!
They didn't actually prevent me from it.
That's true, but also you're not in the greatest position to like advance forward into cover.
Yeah.
It's quite far, and you don't have a whole lot of AP left over.
Do not.
Standing ready. I will defile your corpse.
However, Tarn is just pretty good. Oh, well, I mean, okay. We only got into its arm. Yes.
Trying to figure out where the hell can I get to cover.
Yeah. I mean, I think that tile back into the right is the only place that has any sort of cover for it to use.
Yes.
It's really kind of disappointing.
What wonderful echoes. Do you hear it? Ready. Die. Minor wounds sustained. Attack!
Perfect.
Their voices fade.
Absolutely no damage done to Santor.
He did take a debuff, although that was
That's prevent autos.
right.
That's what the Marines do. If you base them, they'll stab you for 2 and then walk away from you, and it disables your attack of opportunity.
Standing
Catch
ready.
up to have better options other than the 3 damage Nerthesium attack.
This staircase sucks. The plague is not making it any better.
Yes, Commander.
I mean, Santor can just walk through the Overwatch cone, disengage with the Marine on him, and not really care.
Opening fire. Unleash me. What is your will?
Trying to get a willpower restore on Kane, I see.
Yeah. I mean, waving the flag
What is your
takes a
will?
lot of effort.
Down. Slaughtered.
Here, I think
You're just
I don't
opening up paths of movement.
right. I didn't need to make that melee attack. I realize in hindsight, I could have just walked straight through. I
Well-
did it to get rid of the Overwatch, but he would have shot me and it would have been gone.
You did, but also for that movement, you might as well have made the melee attack.
It's true. If I was more than one melee,
orders.
or more than 5 away from the Bell Priest in the
I
back.
accept.
Yes, you're right. I forgot to check that.
I'm just
At your
eyeballing
service.
it. It didn't seem like you could get over there in a single 8.
Alright, well
You
then,
might as well have done this.
yeah.
My blade is ever ready.
If the Bell Priest was more than a single move out, then yes, that was...
Raise your voice, brother! Standing ready. Your command?
Just so far away.
Return to the Grandfather. Weapon rearmed.
I was also trying to get mileage out of Iron Arm Biomancy on Cagilon, especially since I have 2 heavy melee Terminators and the casting skull. It just turns out I don't think I did a great job of it. I don't remember too well.
Enemies destroyed.
But also these engagements have been kind of spread out for it. Like with the last time we got some mileage out of Warp Speed is you cast it ahead of time, and then you engage, and you get the extra turn out of it. So I'm trying to do that with Iron Arm, but this was kind of a bad activation, and Iron Arm is kind of, I don't know, probably better to do once you're closed in distance and ready to start the melee fight.
I feel like recasting and taking advantage of the AP refresh allows you to just make sure that the activation is happening on your terms and you're getting the most possible AP depth that you can. Still, having it last 2 turns per activation for the AP that you spend,
Yeah.
it's not like
At
the
your
worst
service.
thing to get 2 turns out of it, even if you have to cast it on the first one.
So the problem I have when I was trying to express with activating
am
it
with you.
before, or casting it before you activate, is that when you activate, that first turn is a lot of distance to cover to get into melee and to make any use out of it, unless you're going to teleport in with an interceptor and then, put it on your interceptor and go for it.
Have your Justicar charge in.
Yeah, true. Trying to put it on, like, say, Santor or something, like, I'm going to wait a turn before he charges in with his big body armor and soaks a few hits, and then maybe Iron Arm him.
Yeah, I'm not sure that you get a ton of value out of recasting it besides just maybe not spending the AP.
Strike swiftly, brother.
What if we had Warp Speed and Iron Arm Biomancy?
Turn.
And the actual answer to that is that you can only cast 1 Biomancy a turn, but you can overlap them. But it's costly and probably a bit silly, but
I don't know that it's all that effective. I mean, like, Warp Speed is maybe going to save you a
Filth
turn.
unwanted.
it is going to get my 11 armor tank up to these things faster. He was, the lagging element.
Right.
Here.
I mean, just sort of eyeballing it, you probably saved an AP worth of movement charging forward. You may be able to get there and do 2 attacks.
Aye, sir.
Yeah, it's also a kind of a call if I, if I want to get in there right now, this start of this turn. Like I said, I usually like to spend the first turn that activations are on as kind of a skirmish round where, I'll pick off something if I can, or ranged fire if I can. Let the gap get a little bit smaller, and then the second round is the get in there and brawl.
I am his will. We have arrived. The enemy is wounded.
Also, it's very
You
funny.
went and moved them further away.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. It's very funny, though, how far Tarn can reach with this gun.
Aye, sir. We slay the darkness.
That is quite funny.
Was I calculating exactly how much damage I anticipate taking here?
If you finish him off with an attack and then finish somebody else off with another attack. Yeah, trying to see whether or not he would take any damage with 11 armor.
Yeah.
For the golden throne.
But you're not going to get the seed out of that.
Yeah, I think I was still making sure. We're confirming results, testing, you know. Having known how that was going to work, my best shot probably would have been sight-bolting the fly creature in the face to disable, like, Stream of Corruption or something else nasty.
Yeah.
Darkness. Blessings from the grandfather. Barely a scratch.
Yeah!
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be a hindrance. That could be a lot worse. There's only 3 of them. You get that at the start of a fight, and it's just going to be very
There's
annoying.
3 of them, and they're also not hugely threatening.
No.
Affirmative. For the Emperor!
It did
I am here
save that
to
guy.
serve.
Very upset about that one.
So I'm going to assume that this pod is going to end this turn. I'm just going to kind of see how much AP you have left over.
Okay.
Yes, come on.
All right. For some reason.
I'm not saying that the warp effect did nothing. I'm saying that if the turn ends this turn, the warp
I am here
effect
to
was
serve.
insufficient
Unleash
to have a
me.
real effect.
Ah, I see what you mean.
It didn't meaningfully change the dynamics of the event. Did it cause you to take more damage or take more? And if the answer to either of those questions is no, then
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
We come with gloom. 3.
I didn't notice at the time. So the staff just hit nullify, which I think just took off all the benefits of the Light Priest's armor.
yeah, that tracks.
I didn't notice that when I was playing. Okay. Because the Crozium, Eagle Staff has a chance to. This one has a chance to nullify on hit.
Yes, Commander.
I guess that even gets rid of Bloomometer effects. I know it says it gets rid of boots, which are different than mutations. So that's things like swollen flesh or something like pustulent virulence and those effects.
Alright. But he did also purge on a separate hit.
Oh, well then, yeah.
He had any debuffs, they're gone now.
Mutations?
Yes,
Buffs,
Commander.
Right, yeah. Oh, it's 4 strike per. Right, yeah. most armored cultist I've seen. So the Apostate's Woe, as a tier 3 Stormbolter, only does 4 damage a shot, which is way behind, you know, the other ones that level up. It's, you know, stock damage.
But the
being able to
precision targeting
is so good. Being able to just shut off or disable ranged enemies or other things that have valuable crit locations, like flesh mowers or other things
Okay,
like that.
I'm glad you moved Casual on. Because, honestly, there was no reason to sit back and cover.
Right.
Nobody's
None of them have ranged
capable of
weapons.
shooting at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Pain is beneath me. Meaningless.
That nullify again.
Yep.
And, well, I mean, I guess the warp surge was on 1 turn.
Yeah.
Yes, Commander.
And, did it have a meaningful effect? The allies got nullified.
Your orders.
I feel like you spent at least 1 extra AP
Oh, on Tarn.
on
Gain.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
I don't know that it substantially changed anything.
No.
But we're gonna go with 1. And at the very least, it kept something alive for 1 more action point or 1 more turn.
We have arrived.
Like I said, like 5 armor when there's only like 3 of them left is eh. I could have force struck him out with that will better. But like the pack of 4 Marines on the train tracks or whatever that was, if they had come in with an extra 5 armor each,
Oh, I mean, that would have been absolutely devastating.
yeah, that would have sucked.
Your command. Yes, sir.
There's something to be said, though. Santor needs XP.
That's true. He is the lowest level knight on the field.
Oh, what is that animation?
What?
Him going down the with 1 tile at a time.
Destroyed.
Like, I get that's what
What is your
Terminator's
will?
not doing fast jumping.
Aye, sir.
Go. The power armor just kind of hops down.
To the wind. Bonk.
Yes,
Yeah,
Commander.
I hadn't really paid attention to that while I was playing.
I just couldn't help but notice because there's just nothing else going on.
Oh yeah.
And that animation is so, like,
Clunky.
What's this?
goofy.
The Emperor's dogs?
What you don't know is that Santor actually is the Imperial Cubert. I don't know, something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just remembering, you know, Cubert with the tower of squares, and you just hop down when.
Very filthy vocabulary.
Filthy vocabulary in Cubert.
Hubert speaks only in comic swearing.
Here.
Oh, that's right. Oh, there's an actual term for that, and I forgot what it is because, you know, I'm a gold.
But this is just a regular ass bog standard active jump.
Yeah.
Tarn can do some shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, access to precision targeting. You can do quite a lot. Crack grenade is not really all that threatening. You got no armor left to break. But,
Santor? Santor's got plenty of armor left.
yeah, but 11 armor, it's going to take a while for him to get out.
See your
And you can
weakness.
disable a ranged attack.
Yeah. Always shoot Meltas first.
This is where, like, range precision targeting really shine.
Yeah.
Being able to just, like, okay, fuck your range attack. Now what? You have to come to me now. Or at the very least, you only have shitty range attack.
Glory to Zyphos.
Still love how they fall apart. And in the case for most enemies, they're either ranged or melee. If you take off their ranged arms, they don't really have a whole lot of value left on the field. Like this, like either these Marines or even the Melta Marine. Like, you take off their gun, what are they gonna do? Stab you for 2? I mean, only the Melta guy has a crack grenade as an alternative.
Get down!
I wonder if you've forgotten about what appears to be that Terminator in the background.
The one that's
I don't think
not
so. I
on
think
the
you're
screen
relying
and
on the
rendered
11
anymore.
armor.
Yeah, probably. Like, what's the Terminator gonna do? Shoot me with an autocannon? That's not getting through 11 armor.
No, I don't think anything's getting through 11 armor. I'm not objecting strategically. I'm just wondering
Okay.
if you had, because he is like hiding behind the end turret.
Yeah. Also, I think until I moved Kane the Justicar up, he was actually out of sight. Like, his green silhouette, I think, disappeared for a little bit. And yes, I may have forgotten about him a little bit.
Not really having a whole lot of use out of that Medicaid skull.
The Biomancy skull? Or regular Medicaid skull?
The regular Medicaid skull.
Oh, yeah, well, no one's really been injured. There's one time I...
Wards activated.
Wrong person. Shoot the other guy.
I didn't do anything.
Securing position. Glory. Standing ready. You will fall.
That's got them. Commander, I recommend you fortify until you can be extracted.
Ah, yeah.
We have some unpleasant
The
company.
moment that last seed is gone, I may have forgotten about that. It really doesn't matter. We're fine here. But I probably should have killed the Terminator
extorted.
first. And then
At your
maybe soaked a
service.
hit from this guy and killed him at a fresh
Oh,
start of the next turn.
Delayed another turn. I mean, you killed him at the fresh of this turn.
Yeah.
Short of like sandbagging intention,
Who destroyed
Yeah, I don't know.
Commander?
what you could really have done better as far as that
Your
activation.
command.
Well, I mean, waited until I killed the Terminator.
At your
and then
service.
killed the seed carrier, or harvested the seed. Next turn.
I am with you.
There he is. So yeah, like, he disappeared for a bit, and then
He disappeared on the end of it.
Unleash
He
me.
shot you and walked into the fall.
I don't
He
think
was
he even walked
technically
away to the fog.
he was
He's still behind the same
technically
piece of
visible
cover,
last
right? Yeah.
Maybe.
Did he
Like,
go
he-
one tile over me?
I think he went like one tile further. Because I could see just like his feet poking around underneath the end turn
Yeah, right. Yeah.
part of the UI. But after the turn actually ended, he simply wasn't visible.
Okay, so I think I remember what I was doing here. I could charge him in the melee, but right, yeah, I couldn't see him to confirm, but if you can see that the Terminator has a red aura under him and he's got that posture, he's got first strike armed. That's what his dumb laughing into the shroud was. So if I melee him, he's gonna hit me first. But I can disable his melee weapon. Armor Break 3 is kind of tempting, though.
Do you even really benefit from meleeing him over shooting him?
Melee does more damage.
I guess.
Doesn't cost me a willpower to guarantee a crit. Although cost is making it sound far more negative. It's value. Especially if I was using one of the different Cruisariums, there's the chance to apply vulnerable
Well, yeah.
on melee, which would speed this up.
I really don't feel like this Terminator is surviving the turn.
He's so far up there, he might. I don't. Oh, definitely not if I wave the flag at him. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like everybody else goes into this, and then you're 2 turns of movement more or less away from where those rifts are even open.
Right.
Mission's over. Do that. If you just run everybody up towards the capital.
Oh, the reinforcements come in. By the time we get into engagement range, we get teleported out. What do you mean? Yeah, okay, yeah. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to do. You know what that doesn't get you, though?
Experience.
Yep.
I sense the enemy converging.
Okay, that's not bad for...
Yeah, that's half a
reinforcement portal. One of those and a Marine.
Yeah.
The silver ones, just as you foretold.
That's only 6 of them, but like there's 1 gunner in there, there's 1 grenadier in there, and there's the creature with the redamaged scourge.
See, this is where not moving Tarn back would have meant that he was in a much better position to, well, he's in that day.
What is your will?
You really want that scatter shot, don't you?
I mean, scatter shot's really good. The problem is that to take advantage of it, you have to be close.
Yeah.
Firing on target.
And when your gun is range 18, if you don't need to scatter shot, you don't need to be close.
Target.
I think it's just so absurd. 18
Firing
range that
now.
deals 13 damage. Didn't get the crit down.
You will heal. I am here to serve. I am the Emperor's fury.
That death animation feels... it feels a little bit like they, almost placeholdered. He just kind of... bam.
Yeah, he just kind of roars up and then it just explodes into a puff of Nurgle.
It's like a Duke Nukem enemy. You know, the early 3D game where enemies just kind of explode?
I mean, I don't remember the animations or things of Duke Nukem very well at all.
Well, I mean, they usually left for, but...
Right. Okay. I think I'm realizing he's like 1 tile short from where I want to melee him from. And then I'm counting like, alright, if I use the scrap to the right, he'll get flanked and his armor's been blown off earlier, so I don't need to get him hurt. Like, okay, so I think this cactus is the only place where that Marine couldn't like move 10 and
Yes,
flank him.
Commander.
Of course, I was just going to spend his entire turn moving.
Yep. I mean, if I really wanted to, he wouldn't have to.
I mean, that is true. You haven't used Extractive.
Yeah. No, I use Quicksilver.
Oh, you did. You didn't use the teleport.
Deep and destroy.
Yes.
My focus. Your orders.
And this
feels
fairly unnecessary.
Yeah, like a bit of an excessive waving the flag.
Look, Santor is the lowest level, and I'm sitting around here waiting for the teleport. So I'm just here to shoot cultists and get XP.
Firing now.
And it prevents me from getting a pin grenade next round.
It's true.
You know how much I hate pin grenades. I think I was looking if there's a place I could astral shut down Scourge, and there isn't.
I mean, you could just kill him.
I could. It's a good idea. I should try that. Yeah, it worked out pretty well.
So this isn't like
I will defeat
really exciting prediction.
Yeah.
The mission is almost over.
Yeah.
But you're going to Gate of Infinity just to get everybody closer and kill as many of those cultists as possible.
Probably
I feel like you should be waving the flag just to try and get a little bit more of those kills. The chaplain.
All right. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's
Here's
actually
a good spot.
Neither do I.
Just wait. Just wait. Eat this.
Because I feel like the structure, it may be reasonable to set it up with like 3 or 4 AP. You could get a kill every one of those.
No.
Or
Don't
maybe
give
without even
up.
spending AP.
Right. Yeah, I see what you mean. I could just teleport into those cultists. Other people soften them so that Santor just needs to pop them with the bolter to finish them off and get the XP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how feasible that actually is. I feel like position-wise, you could get 3, maybe. 4 might be hard. And you may not have the willpower left. Wait, flag that much.
It's true.
Mutations may fuck this up.
Yeah, plus 2 armor. Maybe. Yeah, no willpower for waving the flag or charging. Unfortunate.
I mean, technically, you could set up kill.
Force Strike doesn't add more damage to Santor's attacks. Now, I think you're right that if I really wanted to sit here and game plan it
So
out,
to the
I
unworthy.
very much could have done something along the lines of what you said. But everybody here needs XP. Nobody's max level. And also,
Here.
when I'm recording, I try to go with the first viable strategy that pops into my head so that I'm not sitting here counting squares or popping the menus as much as I might otherwise be on a normal playthrough.
Well,
Just
that's
so
the
that-
secret.
Yeah.
It's how I'm able to predict it.
Yo, come
because
on.
it's the most obvious strategy.
Yeah. You know, I want to do as little editing as possible, so I don't want to, and I think it also would just kind of disrupt things. You know, I drop fade in, fade out every, you know, like counter when I have to sit there and think. And the mission's over right after this turn anyway, so I really just want to pick up whatever little kills I can.
Yeah, no matter what happens, that you get the XP and then could have used Strength of Spirit maybe.
Yep. Last turn of the round.
I don't know how
mean,
much that would have helped.
This turn so far, none, because Santor doesn't get bonus damage on crits.
Right.
This will steal your mind, brother.
That's a really weird line. I don't think I've ever really noticed
I
that.
am here to serve.
This will steal your spirit?
This will steal your mind, brother?
Oh, steal your steal with 2 E's?
I know.
Okay.
But it's pronounced the same as the other kind of steal.
Yeah.
No demon shall avoid its fate.
Like, I'd be suspicious if, like, somebody's waving magic at me and saying, this will steal your mind.
Yeah, maybe use a synonym.
Yes, sir.
You got 4 AP between them. Should be able to get 1.
Yeah. Can't remember if Tarn has mental focus yet.
See your weakness.
He's
Possible it just didn't trigger.
yeah. Also,
Gate of Infinity, what do you have to lose?
1 AP.
I mean, all of your
Which
other
is-
options to avoid damage are going to cost you at least 1 AP.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Or you just take the damage.
Wards activated.
No.
No, I don't know. Maybe I just
Die!
like whatever. Yeah. I don't think I was gonna get a kill there. And maybe I just didn't want Kane to go into the sick bay after the fight. I don't know. Extra damage seemed unnecessary. No, still.
It's extremely unnecessary after the fact. Because I think a Gate of Infinity
Beginning
there
teleportation.
with 2 AP, basically wherever you wanted it to, probably could have gotten a kill off of the Grenadier, but it
Right, yeah.
8 experience.
Yeah, not a big deal. There are
Extremely
plenty of little
minimal
optimizations. Yeah. A lot of little optimizations you can do, but sometimes just the value of them is not great. I could
Turn
have
to
picked
the-
up another purifier. I really should have tried running a melee purifier sometime.
I mean, it seems funny, it just doesn't seem very good.
Yeah. So Thon's Glory is actually a really great bolter for interceptors because of its ammo capacity. It doesn't
More
do more
ammo.
damage, more
Well-
support fire.
It's got some base crit damage on it. No stun.
No stun, but 7
a lot of
damage. Yeah, and then extra damage on the Force Strike built in.
Which, honestly, no stun isn't a huge drawback.
Yeah, it used to be a much bigger deal, but we've harped on the stunometer changes enough. So yeah, I'm gonna take that, and I'm probably taking Dawn's Glory because I'll probably end up putting that on like Storm or one of the interceptors, just so that they never have to worry about reloading their bolter because of support fire.
I would almost give it a pass just because it's not that much better than a regular bolter, but it's kind of. I mean, up to 6 ammo, meaningful.
Yeah.
Just feels a little bit weird to be spending requisition on something that doesn't do more than 4 damage.
Right. But the damage stat of that bolter, especially if you give it to an interceptor, is irrelevant because support fire does its own skill damage.
Support fire is 5 damage per.
Yep. So here we finally have Intonement of Guidance and Mental Focus, things that are going to make Chaplain very, very silly. There's still 2 more points to make Intonement of Guidance give more crit chance, but with the ability to boost crit rate so high and gain AP back from it, you can make a very ranged heavy build centered around Santor now.
Yeah,
didn't have mental.
everybody's getting their fucking ruthless precision and mental focus this level up.
Yeah, great. See me counting what levels 7 and 8 are going to be, or sorry, levels 8 and 9 are going to be, which is going to leave me just shy. He's going to get grenade pockets and then one other skill in there, but yeah, no, decent enough.
Now, it's entirely possible that somebody may die. It could be Iolanthus, or Elga, or even Iolanthus.
Wow, why are you saying this?
I'm just saying that if somebody were to die and be
Yeah.
turned into a smoothie, it's probably going to be Iolanthus.
There's a problem with that currently. First of all, resilience. He would have to get downed multiple times. Second of all, I don't have either of the apothecary upgrades on the ship for the surgical center or the smoothie containment center, I guess we'll call it now.
Oh, there's time. I mean, what else are you going to spend your servitors on?
It's a good question. We've got a lot of the major ship upgrades done. I haven't spent a lot of time getting like the void shields or the gun batteries upgraded, but we've been dodging the fleet out there. So, maybe.
That's one of the things changes have actually done with the fleets. Since you can board the enemy ships and get a reward, actually upgrading your
Devalues
guns
those things,
yeah, seems really less valuable.
Yeah. Well, guess where we're going next time?
Kill a boss.
Yeah. Malothin, the Harvester. And I don't know what he's supposed to be, but that icon really makes him look like he's supposed to be a beholder or an evil eye from D&D.
I mean, maybe like a plague toad, sort of. Big long tongue. I don't know.
Oh, that was fun. I'm gonna have fun with the next one. So yeah, boss fights, like a thing that Chaos did and does them well. I'm excited for the next episode, and hope you all join us very, very soon. Thank you for watching.